The dream of eternal youth is ancient, a concept that has fascinated humanity for millennia. For most of human history it remained just that, a dream, an elusive fantasy beyond our grasp. However, science is rapidly changing this reality, turning what was once fiction into a plausible future. Researchers are unlocking the fundamental mechanisms of why we age, delving deep into the biology of our cells. This new knowledge is paving the way for interventions that could slow, halt, or even reverse the aging process, offering hope for a healthier future. We are standing on the threshold of a profound transformation, one that could redefine what it means to grow old. Gene-editing technologies such as CRISPR offer the potential to correct age-related genetic damage, opening new doors in medical science. Cellular reprogramming aims to turn old cells young again, rejuvenating tissues and organs. Senolytics are drugs designed to clear out senescent cells, which are cells that have stopped dividing and contribute to aging. Nanomedicine envisions tiny robots repairing tissues at the molecular level, offering precision treatments. These are active areas of intense scientific investigation, with researchers around the world racing to make breakthroughs. The convergence of artificial intelligence and biotechnology is further speeding up discovery, making the impossible possible. Imagine a future where age-related diseases like Alzheimer's, heart disease, and cancer are relics of the past, eradicated by scientific progress. Individuals could maintain their physical and mental vitality well beyond what we currently consider a normal lifespan, living fuller lives. This is not merely about adding years to life, but life to years, enhancing the quality of our extended lifespans. The implications would touch every aspect of human existence, from personal relationships to societal structures. The reversal of aging is not a single breakthrough away, but a series of advancements building upon each other. The dawn of agelessness is approaching, bringing with it unprecedented opportunities and profound questions for humanity, challenging our very understanding of life and time. If we could reverse aging, one of the most immediate societal impacts would be population dynamics. People living for centuries would lead to a significant increase in global population. This growth would place immense strain on finite resources. Managing these resources sustainably would become an even greater challenge. Cities might grow to unimaginable sizes, or we might need to explore new frontiers. The very structure of our societies would need to adapt to a much larger and much older populace. A world where many generations coexist, all physically youthful, would be unprecedented. The traditional power dynamics between young and old could be upended. Would wisdom still be associated with chronological age if everyone appears young? Innovation might flourish with more experienced minds working for longer. Alternatively, entrenched older generations could stifle new ideas. Family structures as we know them would undergo a radical transformation. Imagine families with dozens of living generations. Marriage and partnerships might change, perhaps becoming serial arrangements over centuries-long lifespans. Inheritance laws would need complete overhauls. The emotional bonds and responsibilities within families would stretch across vast timelines. The concept of life stages would be entirely redefined. The rhythm of human existence would fundamentally change. Living for centuries could present unique psychological challenges. The prospect of an extremely long life might lead to profound boredom or apathy for some. Mental health services would need to adapt to address these new potential issues. Coping with the loss of loved ones who choose not to or cannot undergo age reversal would also present enduring grief challenges. Identity could become a fluid concept for individuals living extraordinarily long lives. People might go through several distinct lives or identities. This constant reinvention could be liberating for some but deeply unsettling for others. The perception of risk might also change dramatically. If life is no longer finite, would people become overly cautious? Conversely, some might become more daring, knowing that many injuries or illnesses could be repaired. The very meaning of existence could be questioned anew. The economic landscape would be completely reshaped by the reversal of aging, leading to unprecedented shifts in how we perceive work and retirement. The traditional concept of retirement would likely disappear or be radically altered, as people remain active and engaged for much longer periods. If people remain healthy and capable for centuries, they might continue working, contributing to the economy for much longer periods, thus redefining career trajectories. This could lead to increased productivity and economic growth as experienced professionals continue to innovate and mentor younger generations. However, it could also exacerbate job competition, especially for younger individuals entering the workforce, creating new challenges for employment policies. Labor markets would need to become incredibly flexible, adapting to a workforce that spans multiple generations. Continuous reskilling and lifelong learning would become an absolute necessity in an ageless society, ensuring that skills remain relevant. Educational institutions would transform into centers for perpetual learning, catering to individuals at all stages of life. Pension systems and healthcare infrastructure as we currently know them would face existential crises, requiring complete overhauls. Pension funds are designed based on current lifespans and retirement ages, which would become obsolete. Healthcare would shift its focus from managing age-related diseases to maintaining optimal health and youthfulness indefinitely, revolutionizing medical practices. New economic models for funding long-term health maintenance and social support would need to be developed, ensuring sustainability. The distribution of wealth could also see significant changes, as the accumulation of assets over extended lifespans becomes more common. If individuals can accumulate wealth over centuries, economic inequality might reach unprecedented levels, posing new societal challenges. Conversely, longer lifespans could allow for more patient long-term investments in infrastructure, research, and societal well-being, fostering sustainable development. Careful planning and ethical considerations will be vital to ensure economic stability and fairness, balancing the needs of all generations. The prospect of significantly extended human lifespans raises serious concerns about environmental sustainability. A larger global population with each individual living and consuming for centuries would inevitably lead to increased resource depletion. The demand for food, fresh water, energy, and raw materials would soar. Even with optimistic projections for technological advancements in resource production, the sheer scale of consumption could overwhelm planetary boundaries. Pollution levels could also worsen considerably. Each person generates waste and emissions throughout their life. Extending lifespans without fundamentally changing our production and consumption systems would mean a greater cumulative environmental footprint per individual. Climate change, already a critical threat, could be exacerbated by a larger, longer-living population. Biodiversity loss is another significant environmental concern. As human populations expand and require more land for agriculture, housing, and infrastructure, natural habitats would continue to shrink. This would put immense pressure on other species, accelerating the rate of extinctions. However, the challenge of longevity could also spur unprecedented innovation in sustainable solutions. The necessity of supporting a large, long-lived population could drive the development and adoption of truly circular economies. Perhaps the very prospect of living longer on this planet would instill a deeper sense of responsibility for its long-term stewardship. One of the most pressing ethical dilemmas surrounding age reversal is access and equity. Who would get these revolutionary treatments? If they are expensive, only the wealthy might be able to afford them, creating a new form of biological divide. Ensuring fair and equitable access to longevity therapies would be a monumental challenge. The question of the right to die would take on new significance in a world where biological death from old age is no longer inevitable. Reversing aging also blurs the line between therapy and enhancement, raising questions about what it means to be human. If we can reverse aging, what other aspects of human biology might we seek to improve or enhance? Indefinite lifespans could profoundly impact human nature itself. The scarcity of time can be a powerful motivator. The prospect of reversing aging and achieving significantly extended lifespans is no longer confined to the realm of science fiction. What was once a distant dream is now becoming a tangible reality. Rapid advancements in biotechnology, genetics, and artificial intelligence are bringing this possibility closer to reality. These fields are converging in ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. Such a development promises a future free from age-related diseases, where human potential can unfold over centuries. Imagine a world where aging is no longer a barrier to living a full and active life. However, this monumental shift also brings with it a complex array of societal, psychological, economic, environmental, and ethical challenges that we must confront with foresight and wisdom. The implications are vast and multifaceted. The journey ahead is filled with both incredible promise and significant peril. We must navigate this path with care and consideration. We have explored the potential for population strain, which could lead to overcrowded cities and increased demand for resources. The transformation of family structures, as extended lifespans could redefine relationships and generational dynamics, and the redefinition of life stages. Milestones such as education, career, and retirement may take on new meanings. The economic implications, including the end of retirement as we know it, could transform the workforce and economic structures, and the need for continuous reskilling are vast. Lifelong learning will become essential. The environmental burden of a perpetually youthful and growing population cannot be ignored. Sustainable practices will be crucial, and the ethical quandaries from equitable access to the very definition of human nature require deep and careful consideration. These are questions that will shape our future. The power to reshape our biology is immense, and like any powerful technology, it can be used for great good or lead to unintended negative consequences. We must tread carefully. Open dialogue, interdisciplinary collaboration, and proactive global planning will be essential. Only through collective effort can we navigate these challenges. As we stand on the cusp of this potentially transformative era, we must ask ourselves not only can we, but also should we, and how should we proceed? The answers will define our legacy.